OdeeLoccSportsInfo here, back with another vid for you guys. Yeah, y'all, hit that subscribe, like, bell icon so y'all can be notified if this real, because y'all know OdeeLoc keeps it real. Yeah, y'all, so let's get into the first topic. Let's talk about Louis King Kong Ortiz versus Charles Martin, right? It was a pretty decent fight. Right? Charles Martin knocked down Louis King Kong Ortiz in the first round, right? And it didn't even look like he hit Louis King Kong Ortiz until they replayed it, right? They replayed it. I'm like, damn, yeah, he did catch King Kong Ortiz real good. But what I seen from King Kong Ortiz in that fight is not a good thing, right? The man's legs are done. Period. His legs are done, or unless he didn't work on his legs. I don't know. I don't know if he's running or, if he's doing some work with his legs, but his legs last night was weak as hell. I mean, for real. Louis King Kong Ortiz, he looked his age last night. He looked his age. And at this point, yeah, he looked it, he still looked it quick. He still had power, he still have his boxing skill and all that. But as far as the bottom half of him was weak as hell. I mean, for real, like, it's like, come on, King Kong. Do you even work on your legs anymore? Yeah. Martin missed the opportunity. Once punch changed the fight. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like once he hit him with that overhand left and Martin just stood up, I said, damn, what the hell is it was funny to me, because I'm like, what the hell is Charles Martin doing? Right? I didn't even know that he was out. He was literally out on his feet. Right? He was literally just out. And then he snapped back and then look. I'm like, damn, like, so Ortiz, he do got power, right? He do got a lot of power. And I was picking him to win the fight, right? But Charles Martin just showed his age. Yeah, man, it froze him up with a temple shot. It was like, damn, I'm like, damn, like he just got stiff. Like he did I'm like, what the hell is wrong with Charles Martin? And then I'm like, oh shit, he out on his feet. Like, for real, man. But that was a crazy, knockout right there. That was a crazy knockout. That's just how the brain work. You shake up the brain, shit, your body can do any damn thing. You never know what your body gonna do, right? Shit, and Charles Martin body just froze up in the corner. Like, I'm like, damn, what the? But yeah, y'all. But Charles Martin, he showed Louis King Kong Ortiz age, and I don't think Louis King Kong Ortiz, he's gonna be around for too much longer, right? Because his legs are basically done, y'all. And it was kind of sad to see Louis King Kong Ortiz legs. Like, I'm like, damn, like this man got punched with a jab and went down hard. Hard. Charles Martin hit him with just a stiff jab and he just fell to I'm like, what the? Right? Like he even had to laugh at himself. Louis King Kong Ortiz, go back and look. He like, yeah, like my legs, exactly, bro. Like you don't, man. Now you can have the determination, you can want to fight, you can want to do all that, but once your legs don't want to do it no more, you can't do it no more, man. And seemed like to me that every time that Charles Martin would touch him last night, he would get wobbly. I'm like, Ortiz. I have to admit this. Deontay Wilder messed up Louis King Kong Ortiz, y'all, with those knockouts. Right? Louis King Kong Ortiz, he'll never be the same. He'll never be able to take, take what he was able to take at the younger age. He will never be able to take those punches. Charles Martin hit him with a jab, he fall. He hit him with a like a club and left, he fall. Man, it's like Ortiz. It's time to, it's probably time to get you another, good payday and get the hell up out of boxing, bro. Right? Because you're just gonna be food now. You're just about to be food for these younger, more athletic fighters. You're about to be food. And a lot of them will love to use your name, Louis King Kong Ortiz, right? The only man who beat you, right, was Deontay Wilder. So they would love to get your name on a resume. So my suggestion to you, Ortiz, is to get you your last payday and do a Sean Porter, man, and get your ass up out of there. Right? Because you only gonna be food now. Yeah, man. No. Deontay Wilder, he really messed this man up. Like, like Deontay Wilder, he can change, he can change your punch resistance, man. And that's obvious because Charles Martin was barely touching this man last night and he was wobbling. I'm like, damn, Ortiz, like your legs are not steady at all, bro. I know you prepared for this fight, right? So it's man, like like your equilibrium is fucked up now. Like Wilder done fucked you up for the rest of your career, bro. And it's basically time for you to, get your last big payday and go and chill. Man, and get you some, you some young boxers and you cute, get you some young boxers, teach them the Cuban style, over there in Miami, man, and you go that route. Shit, you become a promoter or a trainer or something, you know. But as far as staying in the heavyweight division, Ortiz, man, shit, I don't even think that you can, I don't even think you can beat Joseph Parker now, man. Right? Because Joseph Parker got quicker hands than Charles Martin. He's more littler. But how your legs was last night, it just was, I was like, damn, he just cannot stay steady on his legs. He just all over the place. Right? He was all over the place. But in other news, let's get to the Earl Spence Jr. versus Ugas fight being pushed back to April, right? Last year, did you see Gerald Washington fight beat up? No, no, I did not see the Gerald Washington fight. No, I did not see that fight. I did not look at that fight. I just looked at the King Kong Ortiz fight, and I barely wanted to look at that fight. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Right? Boxing has really, it's really hard, like, for me to get turned up for these fights now, because it ain't the fights I want to see. So it's like, do I want to tune? Fuck it, man. Tune in, man. Just watch the fight, bro. Just watch the fight. Like don't look at none of the other stuff. Just look at the main event. Like, and this is crazy, like, because I used to look at whole cards, bro. I used to look at the whole card of the fight, and but it's like now, it's like, no, man, like shit, my interests go other places, you know. But yeah, y'all, let's talk about the Earl Spence Jr. fight being pushed back. Man, and shout out to you, Punch Quote, man, for the comments too. Let's talk about the Earl Spence Jr. fight in Ugas being pushed back to April, right? Now, last year, Earl Spence Jr. came out and said, yeah, my fight should be, in February, early February, probably late February, probably early March, right? So this is what we've been thinking. This whole time we've been thinking this, right? Obviously, it's obvious that, Ugas, he been thinking this too, right? It's obvious, right? Because Ugas, he want the fight to be in March. So it's obvious that they've been telling him that the fight gonna be in March. Now, last minute, Earl Spence Jr., right? Like since he the A side, he can make the, he could probably, he probably got that power to, you know, to probably say when the fight can be made. Like you just notice hard work, easy money, LOL. Yeah, man. This dude, right? So he pushes back the fight, and I'm wondering, is he nervous? Right? Earl Spence Jr. is, he's turning out to be the biggest fraud, right? He's turning out to be the biggest fraud. This is crazy because before Terrence Bud Crawford came up to 147, I was an Earl Spence Jr. fan. This is ridiculous. Right? How quick it changes just because this man don't want to fight. Now he pushing back the fight with Ugas because it's obvious, he probably like, damn, Ugas is ready. Right? He ready. Spence Jr. probably had to go through fat camp first, right? Right, because he blew up in weight. So he probably had to go through fat camp first. Now he's trying to, you know, work on new stuff to do against Ugas, right? Now he's trying to work on a game plan and all that. He had to go through fat camp first because he doesn't stay in shape when he's not boxing. And the man haven't been boxing in what? Shit, like since 2020. Yeah, he had a little training camp for Pacquiao, but that didn't last that long because he got injured. Right? So he couldn't train no more. Spence Jr. just been on the farm, playing with his chickens and horses, blowing up in weight, just going to fights, just enjoying himself. There's nothing wrong with that. But now that we've been expecting this fight to come in late February, early March, now it's about to be pushed back to April. Is it going to be pushed back to May? June? Do we know? Do we know if it's going to be official in April? No, we don't know, y'all. No, we don't know. This guy, he even nervous of Ugas. He probably went back and looked at the Ugas fight with Sean Porter and probably like, damn, Ugas, he probably got some shit for me. Right? Man, because it got to be something, y'all. It got to be something because it's like, why do he keep on? I mean, just fight, man. You signed up to be a fighter. If you nervous about your eye, if you not, if you don't feel that your eye is 100%, vacate one of those fucking belts, man, and let somebody else get a chance like Keith Thurman did. Right? Vacate one of the belts and let somebody else get a chance to be a champion. That's what Keith Thurman did. Keith Thurman, he couldn't get away with, with getting injured and taking a year off. Hell no. Like when he won that WBC belt from Danny Garcia, he got injured in that fight. By the next year, by April the next year, his ass was stripped. He was vacated. They made his ass vacate that belt. And then Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, they fought for it again. No, Crawford, he wasn't around when he vacated. No, he wasn't around. No, he wasn't around. No, I'm not saying he was around. I'm just saying, just make it fair. Why the fuck did Keith Thurman have to vacate a belt, but Earl Spence Jr., he can get injured and shit that he do on his own, and he still keep a belt. Right? He still keep 2 belts when he made this shit happen to himself. Didn't nobody pour no liquor down his motherfucking throat? Didn't nobody tell his ass to stay out to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning? You should have a fucking chauffeur. You got millions. You should have somebody driving your ass around, bruh. Right? You should have security. You should have somebody driving you around. You should have a chauffeur. Come on, man. You shouldn't even have to carry a fucking gun. You should have security and all that for that. Right? So you can't blame the boxing world because he did something to himself. Now he holding up the whole fucking boxing world because he did something to himself. Then the boxing fans, you know, they capping for him, but they wasn't capping for Keith Thurman. Right? They didn't cap for Keith Thurman. Let's say when he even got in the motorcycle accident, did they cap for Keith Thurman? Hell no, they shitted on him. They wanted him to vacate that belt. The WBA. Come on, man. They didn't show no love. I just was saying if they belt goes in a pool, Crawford as a free agent will try to unify with someone. Man, exactly. They don't want him to vacate the belt, right? Because they already know that's gonna put Virgil Ortiz or Boots Ennis with that belt, right? And you already know who going after their ass. If they got that belt, you already know who going after them. Terrence Bud Crawford gonna be on their neck to get the belts. It doesn't matter if it's Boots or fucking Virgil Ortiz. That's why they don't want him to vacate that belt. They don't want him to pick up 2 belts, so it'll have to be 50-50. Right? But when it came down to Keith Thurman, Keith, you got to vacate, homie. You got to vacate, homie. You holding up the division, man. Ponytail, you holding up the division. You doing this, man. You holding up the division. What the fuck is Earl Spence Jr. doing? Just because he about to unify with Ugas? When the hell is he going to unify? When is he going to unify with Ugas? We thought it was going to be in the beginning of February. Then we thought it was going to be in the end of February. Then we thought it was going to be in the beginning of March. Now the shit way in April. Is he going to unify with this motherfucker in May, June, July? I mean, come on, y'all. Then they got Keith Thurman out there. It's like, Keith, you have to do good against Mario Barrios or unless nobody going to take your ass serious, man. The PBC has become a fucking clown show, man. And I don't see how people can just blindly just follow these motherfuckers. It's like, bro, the PBC is a clown show. It's a fucking 3-ring circus over there. It's a 3. I mean, come on, man. Danny Gar, think about this shit, y'all. Just think about it. Danny Garcia fight Earl Spence Jr. for the belt, right? Was that Danny? No. No, Danny Garcia, he fight Keith Thurman for the belt, right? Danny Garcia fights Keith Thurman for the belt. Keith Thurman gets injured in that fight. This fight was in what I think in 2017, something like that, 2017. By 2018, Keith Thurman had to vacate that belt. And who got another shot at the fucking belt? Danny Garcia. How the fuck is that possible? When you just fucking lost the belt. This is the, come on, man. They trying to keep the belt in-house. They trying to keep this motherfucker in. It's like, bro, let other people get a chance at the belt. But does a voluntary versus Keith Thurman comes before Ortiz or it is mandatory? Because that's what I see after Ugas Spence, they gave Keith a layup fight. No, No. Yeah. They trying to get Keith back in the mix because they trying to protect. This is all about protecting Earl Spence Jr. They trying to get Keith back in the mix because they hoping that Keith he can beat Crawford, right? They already sent out Sean Porter. They already sent out Sean. Sean got knocked out. Now they gonna send out Keith. Let's see what Keith do. Hopefully Keith he can get him. Keith he gonna get knocked out, right? Then they gonna try to send Ugas at him. I'm telling y'all how it's gonna go, man. They want Terrence Bud Crawford to go through a fucking gauntlet. They want this man to go through a gauntlet just to get the Earl Spence Jr. I mean, come on, this shit is ridiculous. They want this man to go through a gauntlet. He got to go through the mini bosses. Man, have you ever played a video game when they got the little bosses and then they got the big boss? That's what they want this dude, Terrence Boyd Crawford, to do. They want him to go through all the mini bosses just to get to Earl Spence Jr. because he the big boss sitting on the. Bro, you ain't no boss. They want Crawford to be 35, 36. That's all. No, bro. They want him to be 38, 39, 40. Bro, they want him to be near 40. They want Crawford to be damn near 40. They already see. Then the thing about it is that they don't really understand Terrence Bud Crawford. Crawford can be 40 and he gonna whoop their ass still. He's still gonna. That's the crazy thing about it, because this man don't be smoking, don't be drinking. He stays in the fucking gym. So it's like, bro, what the fuck y'all do? Bro, like, you could try to age him out. You could try to do whatever the fuck you want to do. He's still gonna whoop your ass. You can't stop the inevitable. He's still gonna whoop your ass. Man, but shout out to Dolomite. Shout out to JD too, man. Um, I don't see why fans are highlighting more the PBC trying to keep all these belts in house. We fall for the surface level of on these Spence. Yeah, yeah, man. But Al Heyman is a cancer on the sport, man. He has came into the sport and he has turned these boxers into fucking rappers. Turned these boxers into Twitter finger dudes. This is what he has turned these boxers into. Twitter fingers. These dudes do more fighting on the internet than they do in the damn ring. Right? Especially dudes like Javante Tank Davis. Man, he be talking shit to heavyweights. It's like, Tank, you 5'4", bruh. Deontay Wilder will whoop your ass. Why you saying shit to Wilder? Right? Why you saying shit? I mean, come on, bro. Stop this shit. We know you can't beat up Deontay Wilder. Oh, man, he fight like a girl. Say it in Wilder's face, bro. You see Wilder all the time. Say it in his face. No, but you're not going to do that because you know that Deontay Wilder is 6'7". He will throw your little ass, man. You feel you feel what I'm saying? So stop all the Twitter, all this shit, man. Get y'all ass in the ring. Y'all signed up to fight. What the hell is this? This is like a basketball player signing up to play basketball and all he do is be on Twitter. This is like a football player. He signed up to play football and all he do is be on Instagram taking pictures with his football outfit on. It's like, don't nobody want to see that shit. We want to see you motherfuckers in the sport that y'all signed up for. Yeah, man, but Wilder would fuck Javante Tank Davis up, man. Shit, I had to even go in on Tank Davis. Y'all already know how I be going in on Wilder, but I'm like, Tank, is you serious? Bro, just stay off of Twitter, man. Y'all dudes need to stay off of Twitter and stay in the ring and fight. You're gonna get paid for it. You're gonna get paid for it. And the crazy thing about it, it really doesn't matter if you got one loss, two losses, three losses. I really don't give a fuck. Because back in the days, we didn't care about that shit. We did not care about your losses. We cared about the fight you gave. Right? We cared about the fight you gave. And then the Floyd Mayweather, virus just seeped into the boxing world. And then Al Heyman came right behind it and he made it fucking WWE, all these boxers acting like divas. You remember Floyd Mayweather doing the WWE? Y'all remember that? Floyd Mayweather going around burning money, smoking on cigars, and it's like, come on, the shit was it's an act. It's an act. Come on, man. It's an act to sell fights. Just like most of these rappers, they put on all this jewelry and you see them in a Lambo and all that shit, but most of that shit be rented. It's an act. It's a front. Yeah, eventually they will have it for real, but most of these people don't even really have it, from the jump. They rent shit, they borrow shit. They do it like that. Come on. They do it like that. Then they come up and then they really can buy the shit that they really want. You feel what I'm saying? Man, but everybody don't start off at the fucking top, man. But Al Heyman, I don't even know how the hell we got on Al Heyman, but since we on him, Al Heyman is just bad for the sport that we love, y'all. This man don't care about boxing. He doesn't care about boxing. Then they always want to say, yeah, but Al Heyman, but Al Heyman be giving these dudes stipends. You heard AB, right? Why you think that AB is in the doghouse? Because he talked too much of the PBC business. Why you think that Gary Russell, he in the doghouse? Because they be talking about Al Heyman. They talk about Al Heyman and and Al Heyman puts them in the doghouse. Right? So we have to really, man, I just don't know where boxing is just, this is why, I looked at the fight last night with Charles Martin and Louis King Kong Ortiz. It was a kind of interesting fight, though. It was interesting. It was interesting for as long as it lasted. It was interesting. It just that knockout, that knockout was a vicious knockout, because Charles Martin just standing in the corner like a statue. I mean, so that was kind of funny a little bit. But yeah, y'all, boxing has boxing is in a very, 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 very dark place, man, because it's a civil war. Right? It's like it's black on black crime. Let's just say that. In boxing right now, it's black on black crime, man. Right? It's black on black crime. We can't blame nobody outside of ourselves, right? Then we wonder why these people, why they be saying, yeah, like these black fights they can't sell, like these black fighters they can't sell. They can't, man. Why? Because we all can't get on one page and build up the fucking fight to sell it. Right? Spence will not fight Crawford. He's going to move up. I think they pushing it back because Spence might be struggling to make. Exactly. That's what I was saying. That's why he don't want to fuck with Blu-ray. That's why he don't want to fuck with Blu-ray either, because Blu-ray will probably be like, damn, bro, you this out of shape? Right? Probably be like, damn, bro, like we was just getting in shape for Pacquiao. What the fuck happened? You need to stop eating. You need to get your ass off that form and stop playing with them horses, bruh. Even though a farm is a great thing to have, not, I'm not knocking having a farm, but you need to get your ass back in the gym. Well, a Blu-ray is his strength and conditioning coach. You didn't see my video, bro. But go back and look at my video. Like he didn't even he didn't call him, something like that. So they saying that he duck and smoke with us, with his strength and conditioning coach. He got somebody else or something. So I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know how true it is. I don't know if he called him up lately. Yeah, I don't know if he called him up lately and he working with him lately, right? Because that could be possible. He could have just called him up recently. He could be working with him. But as far as that video, shit, like Blu-ray was like, man, he haven't called me. Like, if he don't call me, I'm a feel sad, but what can I do? He got to move on. He got to move on, you know? So he even duck and smoke with a strength and conditioning coach. Man, but Spence, he is a big, he is a big dude. He's a big dude. He's a big dude. But he could keep it contained if he just stay in the gym. But he doesn't stay. See, like what I get off of Earl Spence Jr. is that he don't like to listen. That's the vibe I get off of him, right? He doesn't like to listen until it's too late, right? Till he bumped his head. Then oh yeah, you was right. It's too late now. You already done did it. You already done did it. We was trying to prevent you from doing it. You already did it. Now oh yeah, like you right. Of course we right. Because one of us probably didn't went through this experience before you, right? And we trying to tell you ahead of time, but you don't want to listen, right? Because you don't want to listen, you don't want to take accountability. You just want to have a grip of yes men around you. You just want people to agree with what you doing. And if they don't agree, you feel like they against you. You feel like they talking bad about you. It's like, no, bro, you got to take accountability for the shit you out here doing. Period. Any grown man, any grown woman, any grown person needs to take accountability for the shit they out here doing. Period. You can't blame other people for the shit you do. It don't work like that. It doesn't work like that, man. That's not life. You can't go out, right? Because I'm pretty sure that night when he crashed his car, I'm pretty sure that somebody tried to drive him home, right? I'm pretty sure that Earl Spence Jr. got one or two solid dudes around him that was like, nah, bro, like you don't need to drive, bro. Like, let me roll. No, but he probably didn't want nobody to drive his Ferrari, right? This is what he thinking about, right? See, now he thinking about the material bullshit. Nah, man, shit, I don't want a nigga driving my car. Man, nigga probably crash. Nigga, bro, like you drunk as hell. Let me get you to the house. Let me get you to the house while my other boy follow us, nigga, and then I'm just gonna hop in the car with him, and then we gonna shoot back to the house. No, man, no, man, no, nigga, I got it, I got it, I got it, man. But how do I know about this type of stuff? Because I have dealt with it before. I have a best friend who has, we have literally almost came to blows fighting in the middle of the fucking street because this dude don't want to let me drive because he's drunk as a motherfucker. right? So I know dudes who do this type of shit. I'm not really saying, this is just my opinion, y'all. I know dudes who do this type of stuff. They ego get involved. They don't want you to drive their car. It's like, bruh, I got my own fly shit. I don't need to drive your shit, nigga. I'm just out with you, fool. And you drunk. And I want to make it home safe, nigga. Right? And I want you to make it home safe. But no, bro, that liquor get to talking, that ego get involved, that pride get involved, and then what happened? Almost kill your damn self. Right? You almost kill yourself. Now you looking at them friends, who was telling you this, you looking at them as they was janky or something. Oh, nigga, you jinxed me. What? Bro, I have I have dealt with this kind of crazy shit, y'all. Bro, you jinxed me. Nigga, you was driving, nigga. The fuck are you talking about? I wasn't nowhere near you, fool. Now that you do this shit that I said that you need to, now it's my fault. No, nigga, you better take accountability for the shit that you did, nigga. You hopped in the car drunk. You did that shit, fool. Don't try to blame nobody else. Right? Then the crazy thing about it, but people, they take up for it. It's like, no, instead of holding this man accountable, and he probably, will try to change up his mindset. No, you make excuses. You give him a fucking out. You give him an out. Oh man, now man, he young, man. Now man, he young and he dumb, man. You know how they do it, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know how they do it. But he need an OG telling him something. Something. Man, I guess I was raised different, man. Man, I guess I was raised way different, y'all. But like I don't, man, I just don't get it. Boxing could be a beautiful sport. We can get every fight we want to see, right? These channels, they can even be as big as they are right now just by spreading the truth. But most of these channels that come on, that come on YouTube, no, they push a narrative. They not gonna give you the truth. What I want to give you the truth for, right? I'm not gonna put a link in the description, for stuff I'll be saying. No, I'm just gonna tell you something and you gonna believe me. Right? Because you can't find it nowhere else. And all I got to say is my sources told me. That's all I got to say. Yeah, my sources said this and that, this and that. Come on, man. Sad, y'all. It's sad. But this is just, boxing. This is just what we've been handed. This is the most softest era in boxing. This is what we've been handed. The weakest shit ever in boxing. This is what we just been given, right? Courtesy of who? Floyd Mayweather and Al Heyman. Courtesy of Floyd Mayweather and Al Heyman. Because all these fucking boxers, want to be like Floyd. Does this Martin performance make Water look bad? No, no, not really. No, not really. Ortiz is old as shit now, and his punch resistance was a lot better before that Deontay Wilder fight. Right? Those two fights with Deontay Wilder really messed up his punch resistance, like Punch Quotes had said. Man, it messed with his punch resistance, man. And it's like Charles Martin just was barely tapping this guy, and he was wobbling. I'm like, damn, Ortiz, you ain't steady at all, bro. You're not steady at all. So, shit, I don't know. But Deontay Wilder, he messed up. Probably was all the rabbit punches, That could have been that could be a factor, right? Because Deontay Wilder did hit Louis King Kong Ortiz with a lot of rabbit punches. And this is just a fact. It's video of that. Video. So, yeah, y'all, but we have been handed the softest, the weakest era in boxing. This is what we've been handed. Nobody want to fight the top fighters. Nobody want to lose they owe. Everybody want high ass paydays. It's like, bro, we'll never get fights this way. Never. Channels, big boxing YouTube channels pushing a narrative for the PBC, right? Other channels pushing a narrative for the ESPN and the Zone and all these other channels. No, I got to watch Ortiz versus Allen, his punch resistance. No, it wasn't, bro. No, man. Ortiz, he been hit with some real good shots, right? Some real good shots. And, and he been steady on his feet. It's just last night he was all over the place. He was, I wouldn't say he was nervous or nothing like that. It's just that his punch resistance, like Martin was barely touching him, or unless Martin he just got power like that, or unless Martin he just got power like that, and he do got a high knockout ratio, right? So so I could just be underestimating his power. I mean, for real, I could just be doing that because that was a good jab that he hit Ortiz with. That was a nice stiff jab, and Ortiz just fell off his feet. I'm like, man, I mean, come on. Like, he been hit by a jab with Wilder. He been hit by a jab. He been hit by some solid jabs before. And I never seen just Ortiz just fall off his feet like that. But, that could be Martin power. I'm just, I could just be doubting his power, man. That can be, what I'm doing too. But yeah, y'all, it's, oh man, I just hate just talking about boxing, and we not talking about the fights that we want, right? It's always these fantasy matchups. It's fantasy matchup now. Yeah, I want this guy to fight this guy. Do you think the fight gonna happen? Oh, I don't know if it's gonna ever happen. I'll make it on a video game, right? Come on, y'all. This is sad. This is sad. We have been handed the weakest era in boxing history. I think, right? The weakest era. And shit, the way it's looking, man, it's only gonna get worse. Right? It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna be a chosen few out there that's gonna be willing to fight everybody. It's only gonna be a chosen few. Shit, the rest they gonna be playing this diva role, this A side, B side stuff, this percentage stuff, this side of the street stuff. They gonna be playing this type of stuff. For real. And it's sad, but this is what we've been handed. The weakest era in boxing history, in my opinion. But yeah, y'all, I'm almost 45 minutes in. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. I really appreciate y'all. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that bell icon so y'all can be notified when I drop this reel. It's OdeeLoccSportsInfo. I'm gone, y'all.